Radio Lomax, l'émission du 106.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Tout à l'heure sur la scène du club, nos voisins anglais de DITZ, char d'assaut scénique, salués par Joe Talbot de Idols comme le meilleur groupe de Brighton, si ce n'est du monde, rien que ça. Plus qu'une reconnaissance, c'est un adoubement. Le groupe ne ressemble à rien ni personne et aligne une flopée de singles et de EP depuis 2016 jusqu'à un premier album en 2022, The Great Regression. Au programme, noise rock en montagne russe et relents de hardcore virulent façon Flipper ou Black Flag, dernière période la plus tordue. Bienvenue à vous. Welcome.
Radio Lomax, l'émission du 106.
Allez, nos invités, présentez-vous.
Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Jack, I do guitar.
I'm Carl, I sing.
Super.
Great.
Ok, thank you, bye.
Yeah, yeah.
Alors, le groupe est réputé pour être un impressionnant groupe de live. Est-ce que c'était nécessaire pour eux de prolonger l'expérience de cet album, donc, par On the Bayou, if I pronounce it right, Bayou, yeah, like Louisiana and stuff?
Yeah.
Ok. Et pourquoi ce set particulier à Bristol?
Yeah, so you've just released On the Bayou. So was it conceived as an extended version of The Great Regression? And subsidiary question, why have you chosen this specific set list and why was it recorded in Bristol even though you're from Brighton?
I think it's because we recorded a lot of the shows on that tour, and I think that one just sounded the best when we listened back to them all.
It was also one of the best gigs, I think. Like between that and the ones that we'd recorded before, yeah.
I think the audience was better as well.
Yeah.
And I think it was also quite an easy one to name as well because we did it at the Louisiana in Bristol, so we had that name on the Bayou.
Yeah, it's a little play on
The venue.
Yeah, the venue's Louisiana, but the name of the album's a little play on words.
Yeah.
Like it's
Bang.
Yeah, and they all say bye around the southwest. And you say like, oh, all right, mate. It's like, all right, bye. So nobody else finds it funny apart from us. Yeah, it's a little in joke, but yeah.
Joke.
It makes us laugh.
Oh yeah, I think it just makes other people think we're bad at spelling.
Alors donc ouais, bon, la raison pour laquelle c'est ce concert-là plutôt qu'un autre, en fait, c'est simplement qu'il y a eu un choix qui s'est opéré naturellement. Ils ont enregistré beaucoup de concerts pendant cette tournée, et puis c'est le concert qui sonnait le mieux. En plus de ça, c'était un concert, le public était vraiment extraordinaire, manifestement. Et puis ils se sont dit que c'était assez amusant de faire un jeu de mots en lien avec le nom de la salle qui était Louisiana, et donc voilà, Louisiana le Bayou, et puis évidemment le jeu de mots avec Bye Goodbye, et ils disent bon voilà, on assume cette blague même si les gens se disent qu'on sait pas épeler les mots correctement.
À propos de scène, le groupe est réputé aussi pour ses stage antics. Pardon pour l'anglicisme foireux. Est-ce qu'il y a une péripétie sur scène dont il se rappelle particulièrement et qui a tourné au vinaigre ou pas?
Yeah, is there a specific memory on stage that that has left a lasting mark? Because you're known for your antics and for being very
at that show or in general.
Oh, I mean, in general.
I mean that show. There's a moment in Kate Moss where the track it goes quite quiet and then there's like a big noisy bit that then drops out to nothing. And during the crescendo, the crowd kind of separated. As if as if there was a big heavy bit coming, and then it just went into silence.
I think it was
they
a
all
weird
kind of collided in a big mosh pit, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, the music just went. Whoop,
yeah,
and but that was. I think it was because we only just released The Great Regression at that point, so like they hadn't actually, they hadn't heard it.
Yeah,
and they weren't sure what to expect, and I think we caught them out as a bit of a fake out.
Yeah, you can hear Cow call the crowd.
Mugs.
Yeah.
There's
something derogatory on the record in that song, which is quite funny. Yeah.
Which, I don't know, what's the French translation for mugs?
I only know the swear word.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe not, we're on the radio. So.
It depends on the context, but it could be like DITZ.
If somebody's
or mug,
it's just like idiot, like mug.
If somebody's like fallen victim to a prank, they would be a mug, I guess.
Yeah.
Or a scam.
Ok. Donc alors voilà, en fait pendant le fameux concert qui a été enregistré donc à Bristol, il y a eu le fameux morceau Kate Moss, dont il y a un clip dont on va parler tout à l'heure, qui est caractérisé par le fait qu'il y a un moment qui est beaucoup plus calme, et comme l'album venait à peine de sortir, le public ne connaissait pas ce morceau, a été pris au dépourvu, et donc il y a eu des réactions qui n'étaient pas les réactions attendues, et il y a eu des gens qui pensaient qu'ils avaient terminé le morceau, des gens qui ont commencé à faire à péter un câble, et donc il y a ce moment d'incompréhension, et donc Cal s'est retrouvé à envoyer une insulte gentille au public, hein, donc Moggs, qui dans ce contexte-là veut dire être le dindon de la farce, voilà.
Alors d'ailleurs, bravo pour le premier prix des visuels creepy, hein, notamment donc pour ce clip de I Am Kate Moss, mais aussi pour les pochettes, pas mal de visuels, réalisés par Jay Bartlett. Voilà, la question c'est évidemment comment travaille-t-il avec, quel est son but, qui est-il?
Yeah, so Antoine, just like quite a few of us is impressed by the creepy imagery that you conjure up, especially in your music videos, like I Am Kate Moss, and so you know, these videos just give extra relevance to your lyrics, and so we were wondering if you could tell us about the working process with Jay Bartlett, director Jay Bartlett.
Oh yeah, that's all. I think was it 2 or 3 videos we did. We did it all in one day.
Yeah. It was 4. We recorded. What was it? 3?
Well, we did 3 videos in that
videos,
one day.
Yeah.
I think we were sort of running out of time, and I remember the masks that are on the cover of the record and are in the videos as well. Probably some of the videos. I think I was doing like a first aid course, and we had like you know when you do CPR training, and you have to they put the faces on, but you can take the faces off, and I sent Jay pictures of these faces and like fingers through the eyes and everything, just looking weird. And
if we found about 20 of them on Amazon for about £3 or something.
So Jay bought a bunch of those, and we used that as a
I think we still got them somewhere.
Yeah, they must be somewhere.
Like, could go full Slipknot if we wanted to. I think.
Do you realize you wore actually someone's face?
Yeah, that was it.
It was strange. They molded to our faces, so even with the mask on, you can see who's who. Like Sam's head still looks really small with the mask on. It's quite funny. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. And on the cover, I turned mine inside out, which makes it look like a pig's face. And yeah, I think that we had sort of like all these little bits, and we threw just loads of ideas, and then Jay would see what we could fit into the videos. It's quite a long time ago that we did all those videos as well. It feels like ages ago.
And are you not tempted to work with him again?
Oh, we could do, but we're also quite open to trying as many people as possible. There's loads of people we want to work with. Same goes for recording and things like that.
Yeah, it was like with Pedro, we did the Summer of the Shark video for. Like he'd wanted to work with us for ages, hadn't he? And I think we'd wanted to work with him for quite a while as well. Like he's done videos for Shame, and he did like a Friends of Ours band
Chubby
as well.
and the Gang.
Chubby and the Gang as well. So, it's like different people have different ideas, and not one's better than the other. But
it's quite good to get a big mix.
Ok. Alors, donc voilà, long story short, la petite histoire, c'est qu'il faisait que Cal faisait travaillait sur les premiers soins, les premiers secours. Il prenait des cours de premiers secours, et il a vu ces masques qui sont utilisés dans les mannequins pour les premiers secours. Il a trouvé ça amusant. Il a montré ça à Jay, le réalisateur. Et puis ils se sont emparés de cette idée et ils ont travaillé là-dessus. Ils ont fait d'ailleurs, le jour où ils ont fait le fameux clip à I Am Kate Moss, ils ont fait 3 clips dans la même journée. Donc il y avait vraiment quelque chose de spontané. Il s'est emparé de ces idées qu'il lançait. Il lançait plein d'idées comme ça. C'est ces fameux masques qui se retrouvent également sur la pochette de l'album. Mais évidemment avec toujours l'idée de transformer, de détourner en retournant par exemple le masque, ce genre de choses-là. Donc je leur posais la question de savoir s'ils étaient désireux de travailler avec Jay Bartlett de nouveau, et en fait ils disent oui, pourquoi pas, mais l'idée c'est surtout de travailler avec un maximum de personnes, de se nourrir de collaborations. Il citait le vidéaste qui a travaillé avec Shame entre autres, hein. Donc voilà, c'est l'idée de travailler avec d'autres personnes est ce qui les intéresse le plus.
Très bien. Leur musique repose sur beaucoup sur la gestion des tensions. Est-ce que ça a été difficile d'apprendre à jouer de cette façon? Est-ce que c'est quelque chose qui est né de leur pratique musicale en commun? Ou alors est-ce que c'est voilà, quelque chose qui est un peu inné chez eux ou qui se pratiquait avant voilà. Comment est-ce qu'ils gèrent cette notion de respiration sonore?
Yeah, a question about musicianship and the fact that your music relies heavily on this tension and release thing, and we were wondering if that's something that was innate or it was something that you taught yourself. Was it something that came naturally or something that was demanding and required extra work, specific work?
You're the first people that have ever asked that, which is quite
because
nice.
he's a musician.
Yeah.
It's like a good question.
Yeah, it's a really good question.
I think it's always been something that we've been in, like music like that. I mean, it goes back to bands like, I don't know, This Heat or the Pixies
did it
is
loads,
the Loud and Quiet. Yeah. And I think we've always liked that kind of thing. But I think the more we got into recording and writing, the better we got at it, which is the thing. It was quite, it's something that we've like had to think about loads, and it's kind of, that's how we judge the songs now, I think, is on that. Like when we're coming up with lots of the new ones, like that's how we've been thinking about them while writing them.
Yeah.
And you're originally the drummer in the band. I mean, you were the drummer.
I was like the third drummer.
Yeah, but I mean, you were the drummer.
Yeah.
That's the question I was asking myself. I mean, is how much has the change, the fact that you changed position, changed your reading of your understanding of these tracks?
I don't know. I mean, it's
an extra dimension, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And like having played drums in the band for ages, kind of having a feel for it, it was easier for Sam to join, I guess, because I could kind of guide him in a way that, play the part. I don't know.
I think it's quite handy when it comes to writing to have the fact that when Jack's writing guitar parts, they sort of naturally, like, you're quite a rhythmic guitar player because you've been drumming. And I think when it comes to Sam having drum parts, they're playable for a start. And lots of guitar players write drum parts. A drummer gets them and they can't do anything with them because
I do try and challenge him sometimes.
Like yeah. I think that's one thing that makes a difference.
Okay, I'll translate this bunch of answers.
Sorry.
No worries.
Effectivement,
donc dans leurs goûts musicaux, il y a toujours eu cet attrait pour ce fameux diptyque tension et relâchement qu'on trouve chez DITZ ou Pixies, mais c'est finalement quelque chose qui est venu assez progressivement et auquel ils ont porté de plus en plus d'attention, et à l'heure actuelle c'est aussi une pierre de touche pour eux par rapport à leurs morceaux, savoir s'il y a cet aspect là. Et puis je posais une question à Jack, puisque il a eu un autre rôle dans le groupe. Il a été batteur, troisième batteur. Il y a eu beaucoup de batteurs dans DITZ, mais il a été batteur du groupe à une époque, et je lui posais la question de justement ce changement de position en tant que musicien dans le groupe, si ça avait changé sa perception, et Cal de répondre que c'était intéressant d'une part parce que ça avait permis que le nouveau batteur Sam puisse prendre ses marques plus facilement, puis d'autre part que les parties de guitare assez rythmiques que fait Jack s'insèrent bien dans la musique, et que les parties de batterie auxquelles il pense soient des parties qui soient jouables et qui soient pertinentes dans cette dynamique-là.
Allez, un peu de cartographie maintenant. Brighton, c'est une ville réputée pour sa scène musicale, culturelle en général. Est-ce que c'est toujours aussi facile d'y vivre ou pas ? Gentrification oblige, tourisme de masse oblige aussi. Et qu'est-ce qu'il tire de ce contexte culturel ?
Yeah, Brighton is known for being a bustling town, culturally, musically. But still, I mean, it has changed over the last few years. It's become gentrified somehow. So Antoine was wondering if this context is a source of inspiration in how easy it is to live in Brighton these days.
I mean, the obvious difficulty is the price of the rent. Like, that's comes with gentrification everywhere, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know. I've got a pretty low opinion of the place, to be honest, so I'm probably not the best to comment on it. But so I mean, what do you think?
I think rent has almost doubled since I first moved to Brighton, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
a lot of venues have closed. Like one of our favourite venues, Sticky Mike's Frog Bar, closed
closed about 3 years ago.
3 years now, because they couldn't afford the rent and the business rates, and that's been turned into a Premier Inn. E Street Tap was another place owned by the same people that used to put on gigs, which was great. Like just a room this big upstairs and a bar. That's gone.
The Globe across the road from
the Globe was gone. You used to be able to get
Quite
Cuba Libres for £1.80 in there. That was
but
good.
you know what? There's always new places as well that spring up. I think that's the other thing about it is when people start a lot of these businesses, they don't know what it's going to take to sustain it, and that's when you have it break down. But it does mean that you get new stuff quite regularly, and there's new venues and bars and that you could try, but they spring up just as quickly as they go down. And I mean, I think the most ridiculous one, there was a really fucking stupid wine bar on my street for about 2 months.
2 hours.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's a bakery now. I don't think it'll be a bakery in 2 months' time.
Yeah, we had one on my road as well, which was like they served the most grey linen clothes I've ever seen, and that lasted all of 6 months.
Yeah.
I think, and now it's it calls itself a record store, but it's not really.
Oh, it's that
one genre record store, you could say. If you like Anderson .Paak and like Thundercat, then that's your place.
I went into that place the other day.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
It doesn't mean Brighton is run by idiots.
It is, to be fair. Yeah,
I
there's a
think
lot of idiots there. It's kind of been ruined by a lot of people coming down from London and hiking the rents up, and you know, like our bassist Caleb has just moved into a flat, and it took him about 3 months because he was just getting outbid by people who could pay 6 months in advance.
No,
and then the second he moved in, the bathroom roof fell down.
He didn't have a bathroom ceiling.
Ok. Donc alors, Jack commençait en disant qu'il n'était pas forcément la meilleure personne pour parler de Brighton parce qu'il n'est pas fan de Brighton. Mais bon, on sent quand même qu'il y a un intérêt pour cette ville. Il disait que le problème principal, comme on peut s'y attendre malheureusement, c'est que le loyer est devenu absolument inabordable. Les loyers sont devenus inabordables. C'est là-dessus qu'il terminait d'ailleurs en parlant du fait qu'ils avaient failli se faire éjecter de leur logement parce qu'ils ne pouvaient pas payer 6 mois de loyer d'avance. Et puis ils expliquaient que les loyers ont été multipliés par 2. Cal disait que le loyer a été multiplié par 2 en l'espace de 10 ans. Quand il est arrivé, c'était 2 fois moins cher. Et que les choses changeaient, qu'il y avait en fait beaucoup de turnover par rapport à bel anglicisme, beaucoup de
turn up,
beaucoup de changements par rapport au commerce, et que il n'était pas rare, ils nous ont donné plusieurs exemples de voir des commerces qui étaient là pendant 2 mois et puis qui fermaient. Et donc c'est valable aussi pour les salles de concert. Il y a eu beaucoup de salles de concert qui ont fermé dans les 3 dernières années, mais il y a, d'après Cal, à peu près autant de salles qui vont réapparaître dans la foulée. Donc c'est très très dynamique.
Okay. On va sauter la suivante, on va pas avoir le temps. Question suivante. Est-ce qu'il y a un groupe passé, présent, en activité encore, dont nos invités respectent l'éthique punk à 100% ou pas du tout?
Right. Trivia. Is there a band, either active or defunct, that you 100% look up to in terms of ethics? Is there like?
There's one answer for ethics. Be Fugazi.
Oh, sure.
Well, I would say that.
Of course.
Ian.
Yeah.
Guy.
I think one of the greatest. I think
just sick, weren't they?
it's just.
And
I
I'm
feel
surprised
like
you didn't mention that band for, you mentioned
Yeah,
the Pixies.
to be
I mean,
fair,
it's
I think.
waiting room.
Yeah. But done. Yeah. Perfect. But yeah, I think when you're a band on a road in a van, that's somebody you got to look up to. Fugazi, just like 800 shows in however long it was, 14 years, and
2 days.
Yeah. Constantly
we
doing
did 70 last year, and it felt like that.
Yeah, trying to keep the ticket prices down, all ages shows, making everything accessible for people. I think that's a great way. I mean, it's one of those ones that's really hard to live up to.
It's the record label store. It's the major. Which label was it?
I think there's it was Warner or Sony or one of those where they tried to sign them and offered them $2 million, and they just because they still wanted to
they
do
asked
themselves.
more and turned it down.
Yeah.
Gloss did that with Epitaph.
Did they?
Gloss, GLOSS.
Oh, another good
Yeah.
band, yeah.
Yeah, another good one. And they just said no to $30,000.
Yeah.
Like, no. And said goodbye to Epitaph.
Well,
Fair.
Fugazi is just a different league.
Yeah.
It's in
I mean,
terms of
they
dollars.
made music in a time when you could afford to do that as well. Like, I think a lot of bands.
But I
now-
think that's it. The way they did it is there was lots of cheap and easy ways to get money then.
well, you could
and
live, you
ways
could live
that they
off your
just-
art as well.
Yeah, but they refused to do those ways because they didn't want to. They didn't want to. I don't know.
They weren't
change
nasty
it.
capitalists.
Yeah.
were they?
I mean, yeah. I guess also bands like Black Flag as well. They,
Get in the van.
yeah.
Get in a van, drive fucking hundreds of miles every day.
My back
to
hurts
play
every
to-
time I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
No wonder he's quite an angry man in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some good live videos there.
He's sick, isn't
Yeah, that one was a fan with the young fan.
he? Yeah.
Scary.
Oh, the
The shoe.
interview, yeah.
The shoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's a good one.
Ok, I translate this one. Donc, le nom qui est revenu pour notre grand plaisir, Antoine et moi, c'est Fugazi, évidemment, qui est le groupe mythique des années 80 avec son label Ian MacKaye, Guy Picciotto, etc. Et donc, il disait, voilà, c'est un groupe qui est très marquant pour la raison principale qu'ils cherchaient à rendre leur musique accessible à tous. En tournant énormément et puis également en ayant une politique tarifaire qui était très ouverte, très démocratique.
Subventionné NUPES.
Non, il était subventionné l'Amérique hippie, si j'ai bonne mémoire de Ian MacKaye. Et donc il disait qu'avec leurs 70 concerts sur l'année, ils avaient l'impression d'être Fugazi, qu'ils tiraient la langue, que c'était difficile. Et puis autre chose importante qui fait que Fugazi est un modèle, c'est la façon dont ils ont refusé les offres absolument mirobolantes de certains labels. C'était de l'ordre de millions de dollars, d'après ce que disaient ces messieurs. Tu citais Gloss également. Il y a un certain nombre de groupes qui ont eu le courage de faire ça, mais Cal de préciser que c'était une autre époque où il était sans doute plus facile de gagner de l'argent avec la musique. Puis c'était évidemment Black Flag.
Voilà. Les célèbres comiques troupiers,
Avec
increvables
Andrew Linz.
guerriers de la route.
Voilà.
Voilà, les Mad Max de Californie.
Eux-mêmes.
Eh bien, il nous reste à remercier nos invités pour leur bonne humeur, leur présence, tout un tas de choses. Et surtout, en avance pour leur prestation qui s'annonce effectivement bien bulldozer tout à l'heure. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having
thank you
us.
for having us. Great questions
Thank
as
you.
well.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Same.